Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Bull City Hangout 312. I'm Pat Murray. I publish Skywriter. That's Durham's online community paper. Check it out at durhamskywriter.com. Now, with Bull City Hangout, basically, I tell you what's happening today in Durham, and then I invite you to click the link on the Facebook side and join me on camera, shoot the breeze, share information, etc. So I always like to start out with the word page. That's the government and nonprofit information page. And I like to point out that the city and county both have really interesting and good and helpful programs and services. For example, if you've fallen behind in your water bill, you can get help up to $240 worth of help. Also, if you have trouble with your heating bill, you can get help with the county with that. Also, both the city and the county have their own version of eviction diversion program. So be sure to read about that at your convenience on the word page. Okay, let's continue with the word page and see what's going on here. The Durham County Library, it's not quite open just yet. However, let me find it here. So they're not quite open just yet, but you can go online and put books on hold, also CDs, DVDs, and then you can pick them up. Since the weather is so nice, why not walk to your local library if it's close enough? You can put books on hold, and then you can pick them up and drop them off later during certain hours. So read about that again on the word page. Also, let's see, the Durham Technical Community College's Small Business Center has free workshops. And also there are business centers across the state, and I took the liberty of listing some of those. So let's see what's on the calendar for today. I think there's something on the calendar for tomorrow. Let's see. Yes, tomorrow, because there's one going on right now. It just ended, actually. Then let's see. I thought there was one tomorrow. Yes, business ideation and business plans. It's going to be tomorrow from noon until 2. It's free, so you can sign up in advance and then attend that. Okay, and let's Go Durham and Go Triangle want you to know that you can get free shared rides from your house to where you're going to get your vaccination. So you can get free shared rides courtesy of Go Durham and also Go Triangle. You call them in advance, 24 hours in advance, by the way, and then pick you up at your house and then take you to your vaccination spot and then bring you back. So read about that on the word page. Okay, let's go to the school tools page because the reptile and let's scroll down to it, or scroll up to it rather. Reptile and Amphibian Days continues through tomorrow, and it's really fun. It's brought to you by the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences and the NC Department of Natural and Cultural Resources. So what's on the schedule for today? It's been going on since Monday. Everything's free. It's online this year. It's awesome. So let's see. So this afternoon you can enjoy, salamander stories, frog songs of North Carolina. Okay, I've heard some of those. Oh, that's not a copperhead either. Misidentification of North Carolina snakes. Whenever I see a snake, I don't take the time to identify or misidentify them. I don't know much about snakes, so I head in the opposite direction. But this is a good way to learn how to identify snakes. That's going to be at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Also, Eastern Diamondback research on Jekyll Island in Georgia. Now, tomorrow morning, you can enjoy understanding the relationship between fire and herpetofauna, whatever that is. You can find out what that is. And also, You Be the Vet, the Salamander edition. Again, it's tomorrow morning as the Reptile and Amphibian Days ends tomorrow afternoon or evening. Okay, let's go to the health page. As you know, I have the COVID-19 vaccination and testing spot updates you can expect. Now, let's see where OptumServe is today. They administer free COVID-19 tests, and a lot of people get tested every week, those who have 9-to-5 jobs. So OptumServe today is at El Centro East 6, drive-through available. They're also at Oldham Towers, downtown, until 4:30. Then tomorrow morning, Durham County Department of Public Health downtown from noon. They changed the hours, noon until 7, drive-through available, and also El Centro Hispano, noon until 6. All right. Let's see. Oh, there's a blood drive going on. Let's see. The American Red Cross is having a blood drive, and that is today, noon until 5, at the Hope Valley Baptist Church. So be sure to check that out. That's on Garrett Road. And then let's see. I think there's another blood drive. Let's see. I thought there was another one. Is that it? Okay. Now, Autistics Unite tomorrow, they're having an event called Anime Night. It's not really at night, but it's tomorrow from noon until 1:30, letting you know in advance. You can get together your favorite anime YouTube clips to share with everybody else in the group, and then you can show off your anime clothes and your trinkets and your paraphernalia, and you can participate or just watch. Again, it's going to be tomorrow. This is for people on the autism spectrum. It is Anime Night tomorrow from noon until 1:30. All right, and let's go to the Let's Go page. That's the calendar of events page. Let's see what's new and on the docket. Going on right now as we speak, Raise Up, the NC Poor People's Campaign, and Carolina Jews for Justice, partnering to hold the Fed Up political food distribution. So they're giving away food, in other words, groceries. So you just pop open the trunk, and then they will place a box of non-perishables, and I think they're going to have some fresh produce as well. So this is going on until 1 o'clock. So if you are in need of groceries, head over there. They're over there by the Scrap Exchange in the Lakewood Shopping Center, again, until 1 o'clock. Only until 1 o'clock today. Also today, wow, I need some water. Okay, the Salvation Army of Durham, they're over there on Liberty Street. They're having Free Food Friday. That is this afternoon from 1:30 until 3. Now for this, of course, you wear your mask, get in line, and they will have canned goods, meats, drinks, snacks, sometimes hygiene items, sometimes even pet food. But you do have to have a copy of your apartment or home lease agreement and a current photo ID for that. Okay, also this afternoon, Durham Parks and Recreation are holding virtual Let's Talk for adults with disabilities. And this is where you tell jokes, ask questions, basically just hang out online. That's from 2 until 2:30. And it's called Virtual Let's Talk. All of this is on the Let's Go page. Also this afternoon, the New Visions of Africa restaurant, they're giving away free meals from 3 until 6 for people in need. Definitely wear your mask. They're on Fayetteville Street, next door to W.D. Hill. This afternoon, the Moorhead Planetarium, they're hosting the Teen Science Cafe. The topic today is epidemiology, global health, and HIV. This is going to be from 4:45 to 5:45. And I love how they use students to share information. So UNC, Chapel Hill, doctoral students, Cyrus Sinai, and also Griffin Bell, they will be talking about how they'll tie in the topics of health crises like HIV/AIDS in terms of global health, how it's dealt with. It's going to be really super interesting. It's going to be free and online from 4:45 to 5:45, courtesy of Moorhead Planetarium. Okay, Duke University Department of Music, they have their March Student Showcase this evening at 7:30 with piano student Brian Tong and also Andre Hall. They will be performing. And then also later, they will go back in time and show us excerpts from a concert by Jenny Lee from 2016. And that should be really great. It's free and it's online. Now tomorrow, the South Durham Farmers Market, they're in operation from 9 until noon. That's at, South on Highway 55 in the Greenwood Commons Shopping Center, and weather's going to be nice. Also tomorrow, Midtown Yoga, they're having a free yoga session at the U Hill Durham. That's that beautiful new apartment complex on University Drive. That's from 10 until 11. And then Durham, excuse me, I need more water. Durham Farmers Market from 10 until noon. That's downtown in Durham Central Park. And then the Durham Craft Market, they're back 10 until noon also in Durham Central Park tomorrow. And then Jules Outreach, they're having the Jules Feeding Friends. That's a food giveaway. It's going to be tomorrow from 10 until noon. And then the Slice 325, they're having a work day for volunteers, for those who like to work outside and clear weeds. That's going to be from 10:30 until 3:30. Okay, quick weather real quick. I see Tanya Dotlick is here from Keep Durham Beautiful, so let's bring her on. But first, let me let you know that it's 73. It's beautiful. It's perfect. It's partly sunny. It's going up to 79 degrees. Oh my goodness. It's going to be cloudy mid-afternoon, but who's going to complain when it's almost 80 degrees? Now, tomorrow it will plummet down to 64, but still no complaints for me because there's going to be a work being done by people like Tanya Dotlick and volunteers. Let's bring her on and see what's happening. I see Guy, our cook, is waiting in the wings, but I did promise Tanya this spot, and I do want to respect her time. And Guy, you can just hold on. Let me just see what's going on with Tanya Dotlick from Keep Durham Beautiful. Tanya, welcome. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing great. It's wonderful to be here.
I'm really glad you're here. I know you had a meeting, and I really appreciate your taking the time to fill us in on Creek Week. Week.
We're so excited to share that Durham Creek Week starts tomorrow, and guests can learn more about everything that's going on by visiting durhamcreekweek.org. And we have a list of events. We have a bunch of litter cleanups throughout Durham. We're trying to get all the litter up out of our waterways and off of our streets and parks. People can go out and do their own litter cleanup and participate in that way, or they can join one of the organized groups that we have, and we'll have supplies like trash bags, gloves, litter grabbers, and vests, and some socially distanced camaraderie. We also have a number of virtual events that people can participate in, and all of those links are available on that website. And then we also have educational resources. So if you're an educator or you're looking for something to do with your kids, talk about the importance of protecting and appreciating Durham's creeks and waterways, you can go there and find some resources.
I would like to learn more for sure. But okay, every year you have like hundreds of volunteers fishing crazy stuff out of these creeks. And it's wonderful. I appreciate it. I'm sure we all appreciate you and the volunteers, and I'd like to participate as well. But I'm wondering, how does all this junk get into the creeks? What's going on? I mean, the city of Durham allows us to have free pickup of large items. We just have to call the city and they'll pick it up. So why are odd things ending up in anyway?
Yeah, there are a number of different reasons why litter gets onto the roadsides and eventually into the creeks. So some of it blows off of people's cars and trucks. Some of it is thrown out on purpose, and we'd really like to stop people from doing that and encourage people to respect the environment, take care of the waterways. That's where we get our drinking water. And so, who wants to drink water that has had trash in it? Honestly, like everything that goes onto the street washes into the surface waters, into the storm drain, just straight into the creeks. So, and then, the water is treated and cleaned before it gets to our taps, but it impacts the flavor and the overall quality, and not to mention the harm it does to the wildlife. I mean, fish and other aquatic creatures will just go ahead and eat trash because they think it's food, and that can kill them. So often when they cut open the stomach of an animal, they'll find bits of trash that they've eaten, and it causes them to starve. And so that's really sad. And so we all live in this space, and we all need to take care of it. And plus, it's more beautiful without the litter. And so it's interesting to note that the litter that is on Durham's waterways does not go to Durham's drinking water. It goes to Raleigh and Cary's drinking water. Durham's drinking water comes from up north from the Lake Mickey Reservoir. But still, we all need to one another's drinking water. So it's interesting to study the watersheds, and that's one of our virtual tours. Is you can take a tour of Durham's watersheds and learn about, when rain falls on a specific piece of land in Durham, where does it go, and how does it eventually make its way to the ocean? And you were talking about, how many volunteers we've had, and I was looking up the numbers, and so we've been doing Creek Week in Durham since 2009, so quite a long time.
Okay.
And since then, we've had over 3,000 volunteers participate.
Whoa!
Just
Nice.
for this one week each year. And of course, last year we had to cancel Creek Week, so because it was right as the pandemic was hitting, and so we're really excited that we can actually do it this year, and we've found ways to be careful and socially distant.
I'm really glad. So you can just go to DurhamCreekWeek.org, and I did go to the website, and I'm going to dedicate the how-to page to Durham Creek Week. And I'll be doing the write-up tonight. But here's the thing. I've heard of people finding what's the weirdest thing? Because I've heard of washing machines being fished out of the creek.
Parts of cars, TVs.
Cars?
Yeah, parts of cars. Yeah, like a door or a bumper. Bicycles are often found. Like a doll, dolls. That's kind of creepy sometimes. Big dolls. Lots of balls. Balls are usually, you have to assume those got in there by accident. But
sure.
Still, we fish them out.
Okay. Now, I did notice when I was looking at the website that with some of the volunteer opportunities, you want people to wear like really tall boots. So they're really getting in the water, really getting in there. Right.
I mean, fortunately, it's going to be warm this weekend and next weekend. So even if you are willing to get some shoes wet, you could wear shoes that old sneakers, and that would be fine. And at some of the places, we're providing boots and waders for people so they can navigate the waterways. But there's a lot to be picked up just on the creek sides and areas where you don't actually have to get in the water too. So, and we pick up water for Creek Week. It doesn't have to be a waterway. We also pick up litter along the street because, as I mentioned, anything that falls on the street also eventually gets washed into the creek.
Right. Now, there's one thing I want to ask you about. I do know that the police are trying to dissuade us, and also the Department of Health are trying to dissuade us from pouring old medicines down the drain and down the toilet, because that affects the water too. I had no idea.
It sure does.
Is that part of your education? Do you mention that? Because I haven't explored the entire website. Is that part of your education? Because I think it's really important.
That's a really good suggestion. I am not sure. Some years we have encouraged, so the police stations have medicine drops where you can just, anonymously just drop your medicine into like a night drop box, basically. And, they'll take it and they'll dispose of it properly. If you have liquid medicine, actually, I think the pharmacy that you get it from can offer a powder that you can put into the liquid to make it kind of hard. And then you can just throw it away in the regular trash can.
Okay.
So, but especially if it's a controlled substance, it's great to take it to the police station or check with your pharmacist about the best way to dispose of any extra medications.
Definitely don't flush it down the toilet. That's what they do on TV. No, they shouldn't do that.
Yeah, no, because that stays in its medicine form sometimes and can add, whatever that medicine is. If it's an antibiotic or whatever, it can end up in the water that we actually drink.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Tanya, for dropping by. You are welcome to drop by anytime. Bull City Hangout is weekdays at noon and then Saturdays at 10. So you can send anyone, if you're too busy, you can assign it to someone and have them drop by with any information that in fact, with being Creek Week, stop by next week too, or have somebody else.
Awesome. We will do that.
Yeah, because you can never have too many volunteers, right?
It's true. And it's fun to be on air.
Oh, isn't it? You are more than welcome to come back anytime. And thanks again. and I will see you really soon.
Sounds great, Pat. Thank you.
Okay, take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, let's see what's new in Walla Walla, Washington with Guy R. Cook. Let's see what's happening with Guy. Guy, what's new?
I think that music is copyrighted.
No, it's not. It's from
I'm teasing. I'm teasing.
And Tanya, if I just want to, I see Tanya still in the green room. If you wanted to come back on and join the conversation, you can wave your hand, and I'll be happy to bring you back on. So just let me know. So okay, so go ahead, guys. So what's new in Washington State?
Well, the move is progressing. I got rid of some big scrap stuff that needed to be hauled off, and the guy that helped me some months ago, he came yesterday with this huge guy to help her. I said, "You're going to need a couple of helpers. This box is really heavy. It's a big steel box, like a toolbox that you put in the back of the pickup, but bigger." Okay,
don't throw it in the creek.
He brought one guy who could very easily be an understudy for the next Godzilla movie. Big guy. I'm 6'3". He's bigger than me.
Wow.
He grabbed one end of that box and stood it up on end all by himself.
Wow.
And
there you go. And hoisted it on his shoulder.
I said, "You won't have to go to the gym today for lifting that." But anyway, we got that done.
When I was moving and I was struggling to drag boxes,
Yep.
And then it's just so funny that the movers would come and just pick them up. And I'm like, it took me 2 hours to move that from one side of the room to the other. And you just pick them right up.
Well,
so what else?
There's practice at that. Today is the first day I'm trying a new browser. It's called Opera. You may have heard of it before.
I have.
And I'm liking it so far. Maybe it's just because I was bored from using the same old browser, Firefox, for years and years and years. But I'm
okay. Hold on, Guy. You joined StreamYard Opera?
Yes, it's based on Chrome. So even the in Facebook, when you log into Facebook, they say unknown device. Somebody tried to log into your Facebook with Chrome browser. I said, no, that was me. It wasn't the Chrome browser. It was Opera. But if you think it's Chrome, that's fine. So,
I keep reading. I keep hearing complaints about Chrome being so large and unwieldy.
It's getting that way. You can bog it down with extensions to the point that it's just why do I have this? So two links I wanted to share with you. One of them I got in private chat already. It's how to identify venomous snakes. In the picture you'll see on that link, there's a coral snake, which are, as you know, are banded red, black, and yellow. And the rhyme I always remember that Dad taught us was something like, red on black, you'll be back. Red on yellow will kill a fellow. So if you see a coral snake or a banded snake, I don't know what the one that's not the coral snake, that's the one that won't kill you, what it's called. And then there's also an illustration on there about the shape of the head, if it's a rounded head or if it's a viper pointed head. That's two quick ways you can tell.
Really? So say it again.
I mean, North Carolina, with your warm climate, I would suspect that snake knowledge is probably something you want to keep in the back pocket, especially as much time as you spend going for walks.
Oh yeah, and we've come across snakes for sure.
Yeah.
But say that rhyme.
The what?
Say the rhyme again. Red on.
Oh, red on black, you'll be back. Red on yellow, kill a fellow.
Okay.
Red you'll see in the pictures.
Red on red, you'll sure be dead. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know if you can make up a new rhyme. Anyway, And the other thing on beautification, somebody in one of the Facebook groups I belong to is Name Something Good That Happened Today. And this lady posted a picture in of her daffodils that are coming up and blooming and getting ready.
Ooh, I love
And that
daffodils.
reminded me, on the coast west of Seattle, there's an island called Bainbridge Island. And they have lots, beyond your imagination, of daffodils. And I said, well, there's got to be a history on that. And so I got the link. Share it here.
My daffodils are coming up.
Okay.
So
well, on Bainbridge Island, it goes back to the granddaughter of Chief Sealth. She's the first one that planted them. It's a really interesting article to read. And I wanted to share it with your viewers. Just if they're daffodil fans, there's they're saying there's maybe 100,000 daffodils have been planted on Bainbridge. It started off with just one guy when he first moved there like 40 some years ago. The road was dusty and it was really crummy looking, but there was daffodils here and there. And they had, we should get some more. And now it's over the top.
Okay.
Really cool. Really cool. So anyway, I'm going to work outside today. It's getting warmer here. It's in the 60s. Not Durham
so
weather,
perfect. But I have the windows open, the breeze coming in, and
right. Getting the house aired out from the winter that stagnated.
Yes, indeed.
And I mean, I got so bold, Pat. I even took down the snow measuring device. I mean, that's before the first day of spring.
Right there. That's showing confidence.
And in history, when I was in 9th grade, I remember it vividly. First day of spring, we got about 5 inches of snow. And the reason I remember that so epically, Mom hollered down the stairs because sleepyhead guy. I'm not an early bird. Not back then. When I was a teenager, I was, why can't we sleep till noon? Anyway, mostly because I stayed up late watching TV. That was the downfall. Anyway, she said, "Oh, it snowed." I thought, "Oh, what a corny way to get me out of bed." Mom, why do you have to lie like that? Tell me, it's 20 minutes to 9. You better get moving. So I looked out the little tiny window. Our room was in the basement. Those little vent windows they have in the basement.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just like maybe 2 inches at the top you could see out of. The rest of it was just a wall of snow.
White.
And that's when I just became one of those epiphany moments. Not as big as seeing a poisonous snake, but it's right up there.
Well, it's better, much better than seeing a poisonous snake. So when do you actually move? This weekend?
Nah, we don't know. I really don't know. I should start a pool and everybody put in $1, like predicting the Super Bowl score as far as when guy actually going to move. But I haven't.
Moving? You are sure?
We're sure we're moving. I've seen the house. We've been told this is your house. This is where you're going to be. The hurdle of getting us moved in there is the things that have to be done to the house. Like they're replacing the kitchen counters. Okay.
Oh.
They're putting up shelving in the craft area.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Little stuff as far as a contractor is concerned. So this time of year when it's go build new houses and make big money, finding a contractor that can do little piddly $2,000-$3,000 jobs is like pulling teeth.
I got you.
So that's been the slowdown. Like they tore down the hobo shed, the storage shed that was built off on this side of the house. The power that was going in there said, "Oh, cool, this has got electricity." Yeah, it was a regular, meant for indoor use extension cord that was powering the house. So that was a fire waiting to happen.
Dangerous, no conduit.
So that got basically tore down. It's gone.
Yeah.
The yard is still fenced. I do have to come up with some kind of a plan. There's a personnel gate on the left side of the house as you're facing it. This got like the bars are too wide apart, and the Yorkie would go right through them. Joy would just say, "Hey, I can go check out Kennewick. I've never been here before." So I got to block that gate off.
Or just put some mesh, a foot up.
Yeah, no, maybe a foot and a half, because Chewy would jump over a foot.
Oh, okay.
There would be some issues. I mean, there's a part of me thinking there's a gate redesign going to happen, to make it look presentable. Chicken wire on the gate is not going to be pretty. I'm sorry.
You can paint it black. Might be pretty if you paint it black.
Well, yeah.
I'm going to get back to work, guy.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to eat first and then
if you get bored, do check out this Opera browser. There's many features. One of them I like is it's got workspaces. On the left-hand side, there's a little bar that you can put shortcuts into, like Instagram and Twitter and so forth. Well,
that's cool.
There's also 2 desktops. So you can be in this desktop, and then if you've got something percolating on the other one, you can go check that out. Oh, one last thing. On the 10th of March, Microsoft released a new version of Edge. So you know how to check your browser to see if it's on the latest and greatest version, right? You go to Help and About Edge, and it checks for updates. And so far, I've only had I have too many computers. I'm on the verge of confessing to an addiction. When the laptop did the update thing, it had to be updated. So do check that when you get in between innings before you try Opera.
Okay, and when we get that stimulus check, I'm getting the new M1 MacBook Pro.
Oh, you've got it earmarked? Mine is going to go to property taxes, I think. Part of it. We just got that little fan mail in the mail. April and November, I think, is when they collect taxes, because we pay it 6 months at a time instead. With the stimulus, I could pay it for a whole year, but I'm not going to be here for a whole year.
I actually just pay a certain amount every month.
Oh, okay.
So that by the time December rolls around,
you're done.
I'll be pretty much done.
Yeah. Okay. Well, have fun working.
Okay, guy. You have
Look
a beautiful
out for
day.
snakes.
Oh,
and
okay.
Have you got your rubber boots to go clean the cricks?
Actually, I've got some heavy-duty Bogan boots from Chicago.
There you go.
So,
yeah, that's something they used to do when we lived on the coast. They would do that. They would clean the cricks and the beaches because there's salt water there, and they're all the time showing the different weird stuff. You ask that lady, what's the weirdest thing, and they have found washers and dryers and just people are too lazy to take it to the dump, or they can't afford the $12 fee to dump it legit, and so they'll just save it for beer money and throw the thing in the creek.
I got you. Of course, Durham, like I said, the city of Durham allows you to have, I think, 5 big pickups, oversized pickups per year. You just call them and let them know that you've got your old water heater,
environmentally aware.
Or couch.
The other day, when you shared that thing the other day about keeping the grease out of the sink, I thought that was a great idea. They don't do that here.
Well, they're trying. Well, if you're proactive, you have fewer problems, right?
I don't put it down the drain. I put it in the garbage, but I know there's likely as not there's people that are doing that.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, guy. I'll see you another time. You have a great day.
Alrighty. All right.
Okay, see you. All right, folks. That is pretty much it for me. I don't even know what I've got in the fridge today, if anything. But anyway, I'm going to get a quick bite to eat and then continue with my work. But I can't resist the sun. I'm going to sit outside for a while because who can pass up such a beautiful day, such gorgeous weather? It's going up to 79 degrees. So you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Bull City Hangout will be on 10 o'clock tomorrow. Ciao for now.